We're going to compare the LIFO, FIFO, and weighted average inventory methods using this data. So, using the weighted average method, what we would do to figure out the weighted average cost is to take the total cost of all of our purchases for the time period and divide it by how many units we have. So even though these three have three different prices, you cannot just take the average of the three. You take the total cost divided by how many units we have to come up with an average price of $12.11. So if I told you that we sold 500 units on August 31st, the 500 units will be multiplied by the $12.11 to come up with a cost of goods sold of $6,055. Whereas our ending inventory, if we had 900 to start with, minus sales of 500, would be 400 units times the 1211, or 4,844. Using the LIFO method, when we look at what sales of units we have, we always pull from the last in, first out. So these are our last in units, starting at the bottom. So first we would pull from the 300 units at $13, and then we would pull the other units that we need. We're still looking for 200 more units, so we'd pull 200 units from this at $12 a unit. And if we add those together, we'd come up with our cost of goods sold of $6,300. Our ending inventory for LIFO then would consist of the 200 remaining units at $12 a piece plus 200 units at $11 a piece, or $4,600. Using FIFO, it's just the opposite of LIFO. It would be first in, first out. So if we're selling 500 units, we'd first pull from the top 200 at $11, and the other 300 units we're looking for would come from this batch, 300 at $12, for a total cost of goods sold of $5,800. Then our ending inventory would be the remaining 100 units of this batch, and then all 300 of these units at $13 a piece, for an ending inventory of $5,100. In general, LIFO typically results in the lowest ending inventory in times of rising prices. The lowest ending inventory, but the highest cost of goods sold. FIFO typically results in the highest ending inventory, which we can see here, but the lowest cost of goods sold. Okay, and finally, weighted average typically comes down the middle of both of them. So one of the advantages with weighted average is it kind of smooths out price differences and comes down the middle of these other two methods for both inventory and cost of goods sold.